Over 10.3 made three-point field goals a game. That shows you where they started from. But Mike Young looking for a little bit of that three-point magic back here in McCamish Pavilion tonight.
Spinning into the lane. That's where they really live and die, as you point out. That shot's blocked out of the sky by Beatty. A rebound by Wright is up and in with a stick back.
Alvarado made 3 of his 7 attempts. The remainder of the team only made 1 out of 11 three-point field goals.
Alvarado pounding it in there. He's playing the best ball of his season right now.
Really, slumped a bit during his sophomore year, but right now you see him coming back after injury and playing tremendous basketball, trying to lead this team and pick up wins, especially here at home.
He said, the last time I played on this court, I won a state championship in high school here.
That's got to be a great omen. And, of course, it's a comfort level that you have when you know you've had success. And speaking of success, Jose Alvarado having success early.
He absolutely loves that shot. Here's DeVoe. He'll stick it from three-point land.
And we see that. What is that called? Is that a shimmy?
And looking at tape all week long. And she's got the story on that. Radford swooping into the lane with that left hand.
Tell you what, he's not making any friends doing that. Whatever it is, guitar shimmy. We'll call it that in front of the Virginia Tech bench.
Nolly to penetrate. He'll lay it in. Very strong move all the way to the hole. He's got 5. Georgia Tech trying to move the basketball in transition. And that's knocked down by the red-hot Jose Alvarado already with 9.
Everyone on the floor.
Yeah, a lot of energy. Trying to get it downstairs to Banks. The kick to DeVoe. Yes! A smooth-looking triple.
Virginia Tech, a much smaller team, doesn't have much choice but to double-team Banks when he catches the ball.
Smaller and very young. Radford nice on the spin.
And he didn't like, the shimmy, guitar shimmy from Jose Alvarado either.
Alvarado off the window for 2 more.
But all they've done is make Jose Alvarado mad. He took one in the chops on the last possession. Just a conversation for the bench. The finish.
On a penetration, Radford again, and there's Banks to meet him. James Banks says hello.
And so that's one of the things I'm sure has stuck out to Jose Alvarado as well. The veteran for this team, as we see Jordan Usher getting into the paint once again. 2 more points in the paint. That's the worst kind of misses because the ball actually went down and then found a way to get out of there. Jalen Cone, who was shooting the basketball so well.
Moore again to penetrate. That's the Yellow Jackets game. Ball loose to Wright. And they continue to dominate in that lane. Boy, Georgia Tech came out with great energy. A flip over the shoulder. 24-9. DeVoe with another couple in the paint.
DeVoe, Jose Alvarado, all these guys, they go into the paint and take their time. They don't have any fear of getting their shots blocked.
Short jumper, and finally that drought ends. Isaiah Wilkins will stick that. Incredibly hot start with 11 points in about the first 7 minutes.
And this is where Jalen Cone really has to show his measure as he comes into the game to guard Jose Alvarado. Especially when he's not making shots, he's got to prove his worth for Mike Young putting him on the court.
Wilkins, who just hit the jumper, and that one's going to be tipped up and in. And once again, Radford getting up there.
Off of a beautiful find from Jordan Usher.
4 to shoot. Nolly gave up the dribble. Beatty from the corner. Line drives that one in right at the horn for 3.
And 20 offensive rebounds and still unable to get a win. That's almost unheard of as Michael DeVoe continues to play bully ball. Notre Dame, they had 23 more field goal attempts than did the Fighting Irish and still did not win that game. With 5 turnovers, you would think that that was a game that the Rambling Wreck would have had in hand.
32-16 the Yellow Jackets.
Nice pass.
And finished on the other end by P.J. Horn.
And passing him open. If we're going to use the red zone as a reference, let's go with passing him open on that.
Sure. Switched in from three-point land. Here's the ball in the corner. Shot clock at 8. To the lane. Got the pass free. Alvarado. Long distance. And his great half continues with 19. Alvarado gives it up to DeVoe. Played almost 19 minutes in the first half. Down the lane, swooping in. Usher makes it. Takes the hit. He'll be at the line. The Yellow Jacket defense has been impressive. All over the floor, frankly. 2 to get off a shot from the corner and swished in. Nice touch by Horn. Nolly off the fake. A 2-pointer. Banks knocks it in.
And the nice play by Landers Nolley, not trying to go all the way to the rim. And Jose Alvarado recognizing his 3 fouls. He's going to do everything he can to go at Beatty to try to get that fourth.
DeVoe wide open to bury the 3. 12 points. Alvarado down on the baseline for Wright. He's banging into that lane. That's where they want to live and die. And 6-2.
Nothing you can do about that.
Currently, Georgia Tech has 5 kills, which means 3 consecutive stops. He's wanting them to get 2 more. He says 7 is the standard.
As Alvarado makes a very clever play.
Usher. Yes, and 1. Well, they turned that into a quick point.
When it rains, it pours. A wide open layup for Hunter Couture, unable to finish, and a 3-point play on the other end of the floor.
Barham will loft the 3. And why not? That's the kind of night they're having.
It's that type of night for the Yellow Jacket. You know, especially until they get into high school, specializing can often be difficult because you don't train other muscles, as Naheem Aline knocks down the 3. You see, because when you think about what Mike Young had coming back for this team in his first year, they were the least experienced team in the league. Continue to make winning plays, especially defensively. We saw the steal, which allowed Jordan Usher to get the and 1. But Josh Passer said it best. He plays hard.
Cone back to Aline. To the lane. And a big fella will knock it in. Ojiaku.
Then hadn't scored, so he's not much of a guy that you're going to rely on for points in the paint. Does more of his damage on the defensive end of the floor.
Barham mid-range for 2. He's got 5. Second effort. Couture to the baseline. Off that fake. Yes.
Look at what they did in overtime on January 18th. Devin Vassell doing what he does, having a big night. Chris Likes had a big night in that game, and going to be interesting to see how the rematch goes. Ending Chris Likes is always going to be difficult.
FSU also a terrific coach in Leonard Hamilton. Leonard's had a great career. Swished in from the corner by Parham, who's come off the bench, and he's hit a couple of big 3s. In transition, the Hokies now. Nolley said such a cold night. Picked off by Parham. And he's going to lay that one in on the other end.
Not shooting the basketball well, one thing you can't afford to do is give it to the opponent, especially live ball turnovers that turn into points on the other end of the floor.
And they've had 12 points off turnovers. Nolley with the follow. All the way through, can't connect.
And that's happened too many times for Virginia Tech, just unable to finish, and it turns into buckets on the other end of the floor. Another 4-point swing.
Radford here from Texas a couple years ago. He got really, really close to associate head coach Eric Reveno.
Couture to drive it. Trying to get that shot off the window, and it's going to be dunked in.
Haven't seen it yet to tune in, but 3 guys, if I have to listen to someone about basketball, these are 3 guys that I might give an ear.
And he's been so good with the ball, he's going to dribble down some clock here. Down to 5. Got the pass inside for the easy 2 for Banks. And a timeout.
Also don't want to make it a bigger deal than it actually is, because that would make guys lose confidence in their shot.
Well, Mike Young's a very positive guy. He really oozes that. Well, the last Georgia Tech victory over Virginia Tech was way back on March 8, 2014. Until this moment,